Hey guys, this is going to be our first lecture for actual class material, and I'm actually going to try to explore the same stuff that I've been looking at in my face-to-face classes. Uh, Real quick, a bit of housekeeping. I think I've heard from most everyone for attendance. If you haven't contacted me, you need to contact me as soon as possible because at this point, you kind of attendance drops start to occur. So make sure you send me a message if you haven't. But let's get on to the actual material here. I'm going to include some notes with this video, some pages for you to look at for further reading, further understanding of the concepts I'm about to talk about. But one of the first things I teach in English 1010 is actually jumping ahead a little bit. I'm sure you guys have heard of the parts of speech. Parts of speech include things like nouns, which are a person, place, or thing, verbs, which are actions, pronouns take the place of nouns. It's it, they, he, she. Prepositions, which show relationship within a sentence, or location. One of my students once told me anything a squirrel can do to a tree, go around the tree, underneath the tree. We also have conjunctions, interjections. There's a couple more, and I'll put a link to parts of speech so you guys can read more about that because I'm not going to elaborate too much on that today. What I do want to talk to you about is verbs. Verbs are words that show action. Things like David ran. Ran is the verb there. David spoke. Spoke is the verb there. They show the action in the sentence. And when we have a full sentence, what do we usually have that's included in that sentence? We have a noun, we have a verb, we have some type of action, we have some type of resolution to the sentence. We'll go into sentence flaws a little bit later, but right now I want to focus on a very particular type of verb because it's important. And one of the mistakes that I see students make at the very beginning is an over-reliance and what I would say an abuse of this verb. The verb is called the passive verb. And there are certain uses of this verb which form what is called the passive voice. I have to be very, very clear on this because I don't have like a whiteboard that works really well with this video. So I'm going to go slowly, and like I said, I'm going to include some notes underneath this video so you have a list of the things I'm talking about. But it might be a good idea to take notes as you're listening to me. And of course, you can always go back and watch this video multiple times if you need it. Passive verbs are any form of the verb to be. That can be examples: is, are, was, were, been, being, and been. These words, when you have a lot of them in your writing, cause a breakdown. They can be very repetitious, and they can make your writing very clunky and unclear. One of the things that I would like for you guys to try to do as this course moves forward is to try to find a way to write without using those words, and especially finding a way to write without using them repetitively. The worst mistake you can possibly make is if you have a paragraph, and you guys know what a paragraph is. If anybody has any questions about anything in this video, feel free to go to the course lobby and ask a question there or send me a message. If you have a paragraph that has a lot of examples of a single passive verb, let's say is. You got a paragraph that has is over and over and over again. Think about how repetitive that looks. Think about how weird that would look, you know? And the thing is most students write like that. They write with these words over and over and over again. And we do this for several reasons. One, this is typically how we talk. If you actually listen really closely to this video, you'll notice I'm using a lot of passive verbs. I use quite a bit of them, and that's because that's the way spoken language is. How many of you guys have ever heard a teacher tell you, you write like you talk, you need to stop? That's kind of what they're talking about. And the thing is most teachers never actually explain what it means when they say you're writing like you talk. Typically, it means you're using a lot of passive verbs. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to create an activity, the writing activity, in the writing activity folder. It is going to be called the passive voice exercise. Now, I will try to hang out in this forum and see how you guys are doing. But I want everyone to go in there, and you're going to respond to a music video that I have posted in the forum. It'll be just like this YouTube lecture, but again, you have to highlight the link and watch it. And I want us to pretend that we're music reviewers, meaning try to come to some opinion about whether the music video is good or bad, and you're going to write a music review based upon your opinion. I'll post an example of one in the forum, probably from Rolling Stone or something like that. What you'll find is most professional writing does not rely on passive voice. It actually tries very hard to use as little of it as possible. It's going to be weird and it's going to be strange, but I want to see what you guys can do. So I'll include specific instructions in the directions in the forum, but I want you to go into the forum and give me a full paragraph, let's say 5 or 6 sentences each, where you go and you respond to the music video that I've posted. I'll post this probably sometime. I think I'll post this on Monday, and it will be our first writing activity. Okay? And you guys can go in there and practice that, and I'll include plenty of material so you can go and read more about passive voice, get a better understanding of it. And again, if you have questions, if anything is really freaking you out, feel free to contact me in the course lobby or through email. I'm going to leave it there. Remember, our first assignment is due Wednesday. It's the social networking profile. You can think of that only as an about me type thing. You're writing me a page telling me who you are. So make sure you're responding to all of those things. Keep up with the course material. I will be watching you. I'll be in the course lobby. So we'll be hanging out virtually. Read the material that I post. You'll be fine. I think that's it for today. Thank you very much, and hope the semester is treating you well so far. This concludes YouTube lecture number 2.